Hello, everybody. We are after the show. Be back in 30.
Jody, come and ride with me, get fly with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Do the most with me, make a toast with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Jody, come and ride with me, get fly with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Do the most with me, make a toast with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Let's make a toast for the one.
Hello, everybody. What's up? It's your girl, Wong Lorene, and we are live tonight after the show with my boy, Cruzer. What's up, baby?
Wong, man, what's going on? I'm glad to be on here. Really appreciate the opportunity and the blessing.
Oh, no problem. You know, ever since I interviewed you on my New Music Monday show, I've been following you. So you are definitely newsworthy. And by the way, this is a spinoff for New Music Monday. So this show is more for entrepreneurs, community leaders, rising stars like yourself. So I don't do much music on this. But hey, I had to bring you on and talk about your skills.
Hey,
Your name is ringing around the studio. Every time we do a show, my boy Dollarski brings up your name. So
swag, salute the Dollarski, man. That's love.
Yeah, definitely. So for the audience that haven't seen you, give us a little bit about your background, first of all.
I'm Cruzer, music producer. I'm really a laid-back dude. I stay out the way. And if I ain't doing anything music related, I'm just watching anime or like wrestling clips, to be real. Like that's all I do. I watch anime, sports, and I'll just be chilling, letting low key, and just start and getting back into the gaming world a little bit. So
yeah, you know what? I almost want to call you a musical genius almost. I mean, because I know you've been making beats since you were what, 11 or something.
Nah, 16. I've been around music my whole life though, but like I really
16. Okay, so I got you. I interview a lot of people. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's
okay.
All good. 11.
Yeah, 16. Well, you don't look much older than 16 now. So
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So now I want to get into the business of what you're doing, because it seems that you're making that shift now from just being a music producer and a person that does beats to a businessman, because what you've done is you've turned your beats into products and you're selling them, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So how's that going for you?
It's been pretty great. Like, it's crazy though, because like I've always been selling beats, but like the last, I would say 3 years has been really like going into something and everything. And a lot of people have been like really starting to see the name just like soar up and everything. So I've been having to like study certain practices and like take certain elements from everything and then kind of see what works for me and what doesn't. But everything's been pretty good though so far. So, you get some people that don't understand it all the way because it's like, being a producer is really weird in the business standpoint of things, because a lot of people you're either one or two things, and there's no tweener or in between or anything. You're either like you're super higher up and you're like super known, or like people look at you as your local and not realize that there's like middle ground on the way to be coming up, you know? So, but it's like a lot of people over the years who are like legitimately doing it the right way. Everybody, no one's ever said nothing bad about me. We might have disagreements, but like when it came down to it, I've always done business the right way, and I treat everybody good too. So that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. So what is I mean, how do you price your beats? That's mind-boggling to me. Yeah, it's hard to do, huh?
It depends on where you at. Everyone is different. In my opinion, like for me, I always tell producers, if you ain't got nobody on your song yet, don't even worry about trying to like sell beats. Like what I do is, and I have like a weird strategy that I've been doing since 2016, which is like my first
tell
year.
Us about it.
So what I've done is like every year that I've made beats, I've always sold beats. Like I've always made money from selling beats, even from when I was 16. Like I sold my first beat like 3 months in. So like I've always knew how to sell beats. So like what I done when I was like at the end of 2016 was like take the amount of beats that I've sold, how much money I had calculated total, and then I would divide that by 6. The reason why I divide that by 6 is because it's half a year, like semi-annually, yearly and stuff like that. So I divide that, and then kind of like depending on what the number was, if it's a good number or a low number, I would half it. So for instance, let's just say I sold $300 worth of beats coming up as a producer just in a year, right? I would divide that by 6, that's $50. You get what I'm saying? So you just at that point sell your beats for $50 for a regular lease. And that's how I've always done it. And then but what made my career so like unique though is I didn't realize I just started realizing the power of placements when I got my Hot Boy Turk credit, and that's when I was like, all right, I ain't doing no more $20 beat leases no more.
Yeah,
but
yeah, you have to change your game.
Yeah.
So now what are your beats going for on average?
It depends, because like honestly, I started to follow with DJ Mustard. Like I understand what DJ Mustard said in an interview a long time ago. He said like depending on the artist, I'll change my beats, like beat prices. If I can see that an artist is going to do more with it, I'll sell for him for less. The examples he used, and it's pretty crazy now, like the examples he said like in an interview in like 2015, 2014, they're like really relevant in 2021. He used Kanye and Soulja Boy. He said if like Kanye and Soulja Boy came to him at beats on the same day, he would charge Soulja Boy more beats than he would Kanye West, because Kanye, a lot more people are looking for Kanye than Soulja Boy. No disrespect, that's just the truth. You get what I mean? So
yeah,
I kind of like doing that method more, because that way is like, all right, I could gauge the artist out. And sometimes it's like if I'm wanting a favor for do like one of my producer projects, I don't mind giving the artist a free beat. I just need it because it's working on my thing rather than for them. But on regular beat, my beats is right now at least like 250. But if you have a good number, I'm open to work with you. But you have your everything together to make me be like, all right, I'm open to budgets, but I'm not lowballing. Like I'm not taking no less than 75 a beat at this point.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it. And if nothing else, I'm at least proving that I know how to give everybody the opportunity to make something of themselves. And that's where I'm at with it now. And I got a lot of people that's been hitting me up worldwide. So I just go on at it and just keep skyrocketing and going up. So but
right
now.
Yeah, 250. Yeah. So have you ever sold a beat and then heard it and then went, damn, that's pretty good, or the opposite, damn, they fucked up that beat?
Oh, both. I've had both. I ain't gonna say the artist who I had where I was like, damn, bro, you fucked this beat up, because there's a few of them out there, so I'm gonna be real. I've had some where I'm like, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, I remember, funny story. I was 18 years old. It's my senior year. You sent me a beat. He spent like $100. Sent me the song back in class. The mix was so terrible and the bars were bad. I was like, bruh, don't put this out. You gonna fuck this up, bruh. And I was just like, damn, man, this hurts. I felt embarrassed. I deleted the whole beat.
What you said, damn man, this hurts. Oh my God, that is too funny. I just want to bust out laughing, but I know we on camera. Oh my God, that is too funny. Yeah, so yeah, sometimes it's like that, huh? It's like,
yeah,
no, that one didn't make it.
Damn. That one didn't make it. I didn't make the cut, bro. But you know, I done clean business though, so like. I had a dude. It's like 3 years ago. He sent me like a few hundred for a beat, and I didn't like the song. It was just too terrible. I was like, "Hey, bro, here's the money back and all." And it was like, yeah, true story.
You gave the money back?
Yeah.
So, are you in your studio right now? Are you in your studio? Oh,
nah.
I was gonna say I wanted to see if you could put together a beat real quick for me because I was I need a beat for this show and my other show. So, in your spare time, if you could put something together. Now, do you do any rapping yourself or singing or any of that?
Nah,
no.
vocals.
You just make the beats. You just make the beats.
Help get the songs out there if needed. But a lot of artists have asked me to rap with them. Or like to help give bars, and sometimes I'll help them do that in that regard. But like I wouldn't really like. Don't expect me to jump on a track anytime soon. But what's all crazy though is I used to actually rap before I started making beats when I was 14.
Oh, you did. So what happened with that?
A lot of crazy stuff happened because like the equipment we were recording on ended up like vanishing all of a sudden, and then I was like. I never really put the energy to kind of like, hey, I want to rap because like when I looked at it now, I was like, I feel like I was trying to force something that wasn't necessarily there. But ironically, though, for being 14, rapping with dudes, I was like 2021. You had to come with it, So yeah, I was doing pretty good. And then like and like the rule was like if you're gonna be like we was recording, it was me and my brothers, Oppo, Cartier, Castro. We was all recording in the house of Max. And like the rules was like, yo, you gonna be in the garage, you gotta write something, and you can't write no bullshit. So yeah, I came with it. I had like 7 songs too. I did like 3 songs by myself and everything at 14 years old. So it's like, wow. I got it in me, but I don't really like care for rapping right now because the way I've done so much as a producer is like that's not my focus. What I do down the road, it just depends on like what I'm feeling, like where everything's at. Because I've been pondering the idea, and like the last time I was on Twitch, I've had like 15 people that request me to start writing raps. So I was like, it's debatable. It's getting it's getting asked a lot more. So it's
crazy. So what inspires your beats? I mean, I talk to a lot of obviously a lot of artists, and there's always something that inspires them vocally or inspires them to write. But what inspires you to make a beat?
Shit, a lot of things to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, because like I could be chilling, and I could like walk downstairs, get a glass of water, and like a melody could just come to my head. It's just like that.
Really?
Like, yeah, or like I could go outside and look at like a Mustang with like a cool decal sticker on it, and just something that like that decal sticker just stick out to me, and I'll make a beat based off of that decal sticker that I'll see.
Really? So these are tangible things that inspire you to make beats.
Yeah. And then just like that's like how it is, just get me an emotion. And then like just the way like my upbringing was and everything, because I was like, yeah, I want to be able to like make an impact. So it's like I realized that like when you look at kids and stuff like that, or not even necessarily kids, but just people in general, it's like we care more about what celebrities got to say than politicians and shit. So I want to be like someone, because like the kids ain't gonna listen. Kids go like a kid like no shit. Like I had one of the young homies. He's like 17 out in Brazil. He listens to me more than he does his own family, like his own parents and shit. So it's like I'm not even at that big stage yet, and I'm realizing this like a few years ago. Like, and he's 17 now, but like he was telling me, he's like, dude, like I like you, Cruzer, because like yeah, I can actually talk to you about some stuff, man. So, and that's why I'm realizing, I'm like, I'm not even that big celebrity like that right now. So I know, like, when I get there, I know a lot of kids going to listen to me because it's like, I'm not no one that they trying to be. Like, I was actually the legit good kid who was in a rough area. But, like, I understand what they going through. I understand, like, what you got to struggle with against. And not to mention, like, when I graduated high school, like, social media wasn't where it was like it is now. And that's only like 6 years ago, which is crazy to think. Like, damn, like that's a lot of past the 6 years. So I was like, I can relate to the kids, and because I'm not someone that's not trying to be tough or like I'm not trying to be a fake cool tough guy. I'm just naturally a chill person. So it's like I know the kids just want someone that they can relate to who didn't do the BS. Who's going against the norm. And I'm not necessarily going against the norm out of rebellion. I'm just doing my own thing. And like, and that's where I want to like really just, that's what motivates me to know like a lot of people really respect me for doing my own thing, never following the trends, just doing my own lane and just being cool about it.
Yeah. I know a lot of people have to respect you for you being you because you're not, you don't follow any patterns as far as your demeanor or, people would look at you and go say, oh, he's a gamer. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that you're a master producer. So, and that's why I wanted you on the show because it's so important for people to not judge a book by its cover because you're a bad boy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you're a bad boy. So, I think I have some of your beats too. I'm putting together a mix tape because I asked you about that the other day. Yeah, so I want to put some of your instrumentals on there though.
Word, you got the green light for me.
You know what I'm saying? At least one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, so you're inspired by many different things. It's not. See, that's what makes you an intelligent producer, I think, too. I mean, because you can make all kind of beats. See, not just R&B, not just hip hop. You do a lot of stuff. So you know what I'm saying. So where do you start though? What instrument, or do you do? Are you using the keyboard? Are you using a drum machine or whatever it is you guys get into? What is it? Where do you start? Or do you start different places?
Everyone's different, to be real. Like, it depends on who you talk to. And like, you could talk to like a lot of dudes who make beats. Everyone is different. Like when I started off on my beats, like I change up the way I start beats like every like 4 to 6 months. Like every process is different. Like I could get
really.
Yeah, I like to keep my mind sharp. If you do the same thing, you usually become stagnant. I feel like so. I just rather do everything differently every few months. Keep the mind
that's
fresh
good advice. Y'all heard that? That's good advice. Yeah, go ahead.
But like when I start, like I could get the MIDI keyboard or like a drum pad, but I just feel like a MIDI keyboard would be better. But I don't like that because it's just all that click, record, click, and it's like, I rather like I draw in, which is like you're clicking in the melodies and stuff like that. Which talking to a lot of producers who I've met or like just had conversation with, a lot of producers like, bro, I don't know how you do that. I'm like, it's the same thing. And like when they try to say get me on a keyboard, I'm keeping up with them. But they was like, bro, drawing in melodies is a lot harder because you got to know what's in key with each other with all the notes. And that's where I come from with the whole drawing the chart thing from my senior year when I used to do that every day. First semester, that's where it comes in easily for me. So I just focus on that and just try to do something different, like every 4 to 6 months. Where if I'm just starting off with claps, then I'll start with the kicks, then I'll start with 808, then I'll start with this first melody or the second melody. Like just keep it different,
Keep
to
it
get the mind
different
going and everything. Yeah.
and fresh, because your beats are heard all over the world. So where you because I think we talked about you being in Europe, your beats.
France, Europe too. I got
Yeah.
with Europe, France, Spain, Argentina, Canada, Germany,
See,
Japan.
people would never know.
Yeah.
People would never know. Yeah,
Never know.
and share with us the story where you turned down all the money. Remember the story you told us about the 60 something thousand he wanted, this producer or somebody wanted
Yeah.
to give you. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Talk
label.
about that so people will know you ain't no jive turkey.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
appreciate it. I've had a few record deals that offer me labels, and this one actually leads up with Cruzer 64 because I've had this was like my second most deal that I got offered. The label offered me 65,000, but I was like I didn't want to take the deal, and like they reached out to me and said, "Hey, we like your production. You're clean on it, and you have and we." Da, da, da. They said the whole nine stuff to make it sound sweet, and I was just like, I'm not really with it, you know. And it was like, why? I just said, hey, I just want to, just dig being independent, da da da, whole nine. And then the dude was like, well, you gonna be stuck being a 9 to 5 producer, and he said it to me 3 times.
what?
He kept bringing up 9 to 5. He was like, yeah, you're just gonna work, you're gonna get 65,000 from your 9 to 5. I'm like, well, I'm not saying it out loud, but in my head, I'm like, hey, your 65,000 is a loan. This 65,000 that I've worked on a job is mine.
Yeah.
So it's like, which would you rather take? And then like he said it the third time, he's like, you damn 9 to 5 producer. And like he just went off a tirade. And I'm like, oh, you gotta talk like
Yeah.
that. So like I
Yeah.
clicked. I ain't even getting mad. I was just bugging. I was like, and then he gave me like the date, because that's why like when I dropped Cruzer 64, September 5th,
Yeah.
September being the 9th month of the year, and then the 5th, 9 to 5. So like that kind of worked out in a perfect banger in a perfect way for me though too. So
Yeah. Wow. So he wanted to offer you 60 something $1,000 and you wouldn't take it. And he got mad and called you a 9 to 5. So do you ever regret that you didn't take it? Do you ever regret it?
Nah, I don't regret anything. I stand on all my decisions, and like I don't really think of like as it a regret. I look at it more so like, okay, you're not the first label to actually offer me some bread. So it's like the fact that I've had labels offer me money is like, okay, you're doing something, right?
You're doing something, yeah.
Yeah, because like folks ain't just about to call. And the only way I knew it was a label that called me too was like labels will call from like a certain number. And like what I did was I just don't answer them at first. And then like I'll call back right when they try to call me at the same time. And what some of these like labels will have, they're like a business called like, hey, for so and so Capitol Records extension press so and so number, you know, it had something like that. So this was like a legit deal. So I was like, but I don't regret it though, to be honest. It's just you called me, that just showed me, hey, you doing everything the right way.
That you got something that you got. Right. So how do you think they hear your beats on social media?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I got
because they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere. And I got some strong guesses, but like even then it's like, because I work with so many artists across the world. So that's always a good thing going for me too. And I just figured this, and I just found this out like recently too. One of my beats was blowing up off of TikTok. Like I got like one of my beats in like 200 videos on TikTok. Yeah. I didn't even know it. Like I came across it on some like random shit, just chilling all night. And somebody sent me the link. Was like, hey, bro, like you got TikTok. And at the time I didn't. And I just created TikTok like 2 weeks ago, basically. And
really?
Yeah. So like, and I created just for that. And like I typed in it was one of my synthwave songs. Like the beat itself is called Synthwave. And it got like 200 videos on it. And And I'm just like, oh shit. And it's like, and the videos ain't doing like no small 1,000. They're like K's, like 10, 12K, 20,000 likes on them, like views and shit. So I'm like, holy fuck. Because I never understood why this project was blowing up. I was like, I didn't put no money involved behind Synergy. Like, all I had was an article come out with it, and that was it. And like Synergy just did like the quietest, like 14,000 ever on the project. No promo, no buzz. And I was like, why is this blowing up? And I found out why.
Wow. So all of your beats that are registered with BMI and ASCAP and all of that?
Yes, ma'am. BMI,
Okay, so
ASCAP,
they
and
keeping up with
Song
your
Trust.
so they keeping up with your ching ching.
Oh yeah, got to do it the right way. And like,
So are
what's
you
crazy?
go ahead? It was
Nah,
crazy.
it's crazy though, because like it's like the stream. Like that's the one thing I don't like about streaming money. It's too slow, and like there need to be a better system for it, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Well, how often do they send you your checks?
Like that's the thing. Like that's another problem with it too. Is like quarterly. Like if you get DistroKid,
Quarterly.
yeah, if you get DistroKid, you'll get like every 2 or 3 months. I think United Masters pays every month, but it's like that's why I have a problem with like the whole streaming everything too, because I got a homie. Shout out to my dog Segwan out in Jersey. He big on
Shout
this
out
shit.
Jersey.
He
Yeah.
he be selling CDs, and he was like, "Bro, you need to get on the CD game, dog." And I'm like, "Yeah." And that's another thing too. I had Cruzer 64 CDs out in Oregon. They're still out in Oregon, and I could never push them because of the whole fires that started last year. Like the day that they
Yeah.
arrived, the fire started, and then like after the fires calmed down, I moved out of Oregon, so I
Yeah.
never got able to really like do it the right way. But
Yeah.
you could take CDs. You could take like one. You could take CDs. Like just say you take like 10 CDs. You could take 10 CDs, sell them for $5 and give them 50, right? Get them $50 made. You got printing at home and stuff. You got everything, the whole nine. All you gotta do is buy printing paper and stuff. You got easy investment. Rather than streaming, you gotta bust your ass to get this money for real. Like, if you want to like actually make a legitimate living off of streams for real, like off of just pure streams, you gotta be racking in like damn near 450,000 a month on plays. Like, we're just talking just plays.
Oh.
And that's just off of like just one like Spotify. Like if you get like 450,000 in total and everything, it evens it out. But the payout is bad, and then especially if you're an artist and stuff too, like you got to split that with a producer, and if you got a feature on that, you got to split that even down the road. So you got 2 artists and a producer. If you get like 40, I think a million is like 4,700. You split that 4 ways, you barely scratching 1,000 over hitting $1 million on the song.
I know. Yeah, so that is a flaw in the streaming system then.
Yes, definitely.
That's a flaw in the streaming system. Wow. Well, I don't like that part.
Yeah, that's why I just chill and do it the right way and just be like, I'm not really about to go out the way and like really work with a whole lot of artists. It's like, hey, 1 or 2, split it. And if I do the song, because like the song portion is cool, but I just think that like with streaming, like that's why I'm like really leaning towards getting back to doing CDs. Honestly, just like making CDs and beats, just push it like that for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easier.
Well, I see a lot of these cats out here selling these CDs so right out their trunk. That's been,
That's legendary.
Master P started that whole deal.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it was being done before him. Those New York cats was doing it, but as far as the South and what I remember, it was Master P selling them, and that model still works. People still buy them.
They do. I actually had a few people that asked me, they was like, yo, man, I need to get Cruzer 64 CD. And I was like, yeah, but they're in Oregon. And it's like, am I playing? You know what? Screw it. I don't care. I'm going to tell people to play anyway because no one ain't going to do the hustle. I'm going to. And I had it in motion, but the fires messed it up. What I was going to do with Cruzer 64 was, because I gave out because there's the whole track list read Cruzer 64. And I just put on 11 beats on there, right? So we're talking like a whole nother hour of just beats. And these beats no one heard before too. And What I was gonna do is like put $2 in the CD, and instead of selling to people, just giving them out to people. Say, hey, bro, here's some money. Because like I did that, and I did that in what's the name? I did that my second year out in Oregon, where I just went to house parties, and what I did was I just had $50 and I burned CDs, and I just gave it out to people. I had like 50 CDs, and I put $1 in each CD and gave it to college kids. And like $1 to a college kid is a whole lot. So
Oh
that's why a lot
shit,
of
that's
people started to know
$5
who
to
I
them.
was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, so I did that one weekend, and then like we went to all right, when I just turned 20, a little bit after I turned 20, we went to this Ducks Village party. And then I was like, screw it, I got a good amount of beats on here. And I only put like 3 beats. But I did like 3 satellite A CD, B CD, C CD. So I just only put 9 beats total on these 3 CDs. Went to the college parties, and I started handing like $2 out. Like put $2 in the CD slab, wrote my name on it, business card, boom. Just hand it out to people. And that's why a lot of people knew who I was out there.
That's a brilliant marketing move right there. Wow. So I always love talking to you. You have so much information and so much that you can share with people. So if there was one thing that you could say to a young producer coming up in this mess of an industry, what would you tell them?
Keep your integrity, man, and be yourself. There's a lot of corny ass motherfuckers in this shit. I'll say it just like that too, because these folks will change you. Like I like to call the music industry hubble bubble gum. It just you get a quick flavor, and they spit your ass out and turn around and step on you. Won't even think about it twice. So you better off just being yourself and keeping your integrity. You know, if people see that you got integrity, there's some good people in music, and people will admire that. But what it will resonate with it more so is the fans. And just don't be afraid to send out them beats, man. Like if you made the beat, especially if you export it, send it out. Like who cares? If you didn't feel good about the beat, you wouldn't export an MP3. When you export your beats, don't go back and forth and finish it up. Like that's you doing too much on that one. So once you export it, and just finish your beats. That's all I would tell producers, man. Because like it's a lot of overthinking and overanalyzing in the music and producing game. So I just tell producers just be cool about it, bro.
Yeah, and yeah. I understand that because they do it over and over and over and over again. You know, and they call themselves perfectionists when they do that. But anyway, tell everybody where you can be located, and you got any beats for sale tonight and so forth.
Yeah, I got beats for sale. I'm actually about to do a cheap beat deal for a week. I'm probably gonna start off $45 on starting off with a deal, and then like do bundles and everything. I'm still creating the numbers and over that, so I'll have it posted by the weekend. I still got to crunch the numbers and everything how I want to do it. So the beat sale will be up, and it's gonna be active for 7 days. Only on the beat store only. Anything else, gotta respect the prices. All my social media is Cruzer3X, CRZER number 3, letter X, and I'm on Facebook at Cruzer Meshi. Dropped a lot of music. I had a lo-fi project recently that came out called One Nice Ring, and Cruzer 64 is still going strong. Act Alright just hit 42,000. Cruzer 64 as a whole has hit 160,000. So yeah, just keeping the train going and just making myself trying to be the best producer of all time when it's all said and done.
Hey, and I'm rooting for you. We'll be right here waiting for every song that you produce. Anything you do, you make sure you bring it back to Wong Lorraine so I can put you on the air, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that, Wong, for real.
No problem. It's been a pleasure. And like I said, this will be going to YouTube. I'm going to get you the link so you can blast it out to your fans. And it's been a pleasure talking to you. And I'll talk to you real soon.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Wong, for having me on here. I appreciate it.
No problem. We'll talk soon.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Jody, come and ride with me, get fly with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Do the most with me, make a toast with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Jody, come and ride with me, get fly with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Do the most with me, make a toast with me. Let me show you how it's supposed to be. Let's make a toast for the